Hey Twisters, today we're going to be talking about the 10 greatest San Jose Sharks draft picks of all time. This is part 3 of my 3-part series, so I already talked about 20 other draft picks over 2 separate videos, so make sure to check those out if you haven't already, especially if you're a San Jose Sharks fan. But whether or not you're a Sharks fan, I invite you to stick around, make sure you hit the red subscribe button down below, the notifications bell, the thumbs up, all that good stuff. Make sure you don't miss out on Twisted Wrister content. So anyway, what we're doing here is we're ranking these top draft picks according to the value that the Sharks got for that specific pick. So we have some first round picks, we have some second rounds, we have some 6th and 7th as well. So let's begin our countdown. So at number 10, drafted number 23 in 1997, I have Scott HANNAN. During his lengthier first stint in San Jose, HANNAN was the best shutdown defenseman in the young Sharks franchise history. Every season with the Sharks, he had a positive plus-minus, and for 3 of those seasons, he averaged a workhorse 24 minutes and 10 seconds of time on ice. Helping the Sharks advance to the 2004 Conference Finals, HANNAN averaged 26 minutes and 38 seconds of time on ice, and was a +7 in 17 games. At number 9, drafted 241st overall in 1999, I have Douglas Murray. If Crankshaft had played in a traditional hockey market, he would have been touted as one of the game's best enforcers. Just watch his fights with opponents like George Parros. Murray averaged 167 hits per 82-game season with San Jose and was defensively a good depth piece. He logged an on-ice save percentage of .920 or better in all 5 of his applicable seasons with the Sharks. That stat was introduced in 2007. He recorded a career-high 20 minutes and 20 seconds of average time on ice in 2009-2010. And scored a surprising 7 points in 15 playoff games that year, with a crankshaft-worthy 56 hits. At number 8, drafted 171st overall in 2014, I have Kevin LABANC. LABANC is both frustrating and nearly mesmerizing as a fan. I may have ranked him a little too high and he has much more to prove, but LABANC had a point on each of the Sharks' goals in their 5-minute power play against Vegas in 2019, including the go-ahead goal. He is now the only Sharks forward with a legit right-handed shot, fingers crossed for Ozzy Weisblatt of course. LABANC could be the next 50 to 60 point winger for San Jose, scraped from the bottom of the draft class barrel, but I've got one more player to talk about. At number 7, drafted 201st overall in 2007, I have Justin Braun. Along with a certain defensive partner, Braun helped shut down the league's top talent. Over his 607 games in teal, he averaged 133 blocked shots per 82 games and 4 times had an on-ice save percentage of over .920, despite playing heavily in the defensive zone. In perhaps his best season, 2013-14, Braun averaged just under 21 minutes of ice time, recorded a +19 rating, and had a positive takeaway to giveaway ratio, something pretty uncommon among defensemen with that kind of ice time. At number 6, drafted 9th overall in 2007, I have Logan Couture. If the NHL ever made a Hall of Fame just for playoff careers, Couture would be a first ballot inductee. He has scored 48 goals in 116 postseason games, the second highest goal ratio of any current player with over 100 career playoff games. OVECHKIN is first. In the 2016 playoffs, Cooch went off for 30 points in 24 games, 8 more than anyone on the Cup-winning Penguins. He ranks 5th in franchise games played, 3rd in goals, 4th in points, and 4th in plus-minus. He also finished runner-up in 2010 for the Calder Trophy. He's endured several brutal injuries, and now he's the team's current captain. At number 5, drafted 175th overall in 2001, I have Ryan Clowe. This newfie could scrap with some of the league's best, but it was his net front presence that truly blossomed. Clowe had 3 consecutive seasons of at least 52 points, including 62 points in 2010-11. He had his best postseason that year as well, when he posted 6 goals for 15 points in 17 games, helping the Sharks get to the conference finals. Clowe is actually the 13th highest scorer in franchise history and tied for 11th in goals. Only one other Sharks forward drafted in the 3rd round or later ranks higher than Clowe in those categories. We'll talk about that guy a little later. At number 4, drafted 35th overall in 2005, Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Learning from a veteran Scott HANNAN, Marc-Edouard Vlasic made an instant splash in the hockey world, finishing on the all-rookie first team and placing 6th for the Calder. He quickly developed into the Sharks' best shutdown defenseman and has competed among the NHL's best for that honor for over a decade. In the 2016 playoffs, Vlasic and the Sharks shut down the top scorer for each team they faced. Andrzej Kopitar, Filip Forsberg, Vlad Tarasenko, and Sidney Crosby combined for just 5 goals, 11 points, and a -11 rating. It was a particularly rough series for Forsberg. But back to Pickles. He's finished as high as 11th for the Norris Trophy, which heavily favors offense, has tallied a career +122 rating, second on the team all time, and has won an Olympic gold medal. And now, my friends, the top 3. At number 3, drafted 2nd overall in 1997, Patrick Marleau. There's very little new I can say to praise Mr. San Jose Shark. Marleau is just about synonymous with the franchise, playing 90% of his 1,723 regular season games in teal. He's an absolute Iron Man, having not missed a single game since the 08-09 season. The year after that, he lit the lamp a career best 44 times and finished 9th in Hart voting and 8th for the Selke. And although he's been criticized for his playoff performances, Marleau says otherwise. He's scored 68 playoff goals, 4 of them overtime winners, in 177 games. Alongside other Sharks greats, Marleau has demonstrated leadership skills by serving as captain and mentoring dozens of young players. To top it off, he also has an Olympic gold medal. At number 2, drafted 219th overall in 1994, EVGENI Nabokov. Nabby outlasted his peers Vesa Toskala and Mika Kiprusoff to earn the job as the starting tender. And from the get-go, he was not going to give it up. Nabokov won the 2001 Calder for the lone time in Sharks history, putting up a 2.19 goals against average and a .915 save. That year he also finished 4th in Vezina voting. He would finish as high as 2nd for the trophy when in 2008 he placed 7th in Hart voting. His career in San Jose is best marked by his Calder run, the goal he scored in the 01-02 season, and his unbelievable save on Brad Richards in the 2008 playoffs. Currently, Nabby is 21st all-time in wins and 19th in shutouts, and although his days between the pipes are behind him, he's still keeping the puck out of the net in San Jose as the goaltending coach. And at number 1, if you couldn't guess it already, drafted 205th overall among the 2003 draft class standouts, Joe Pavelski. Pavelski will go down as one of the greatest late-round draft picks of all time. Only Patrick Marleau sits above him in career goals and points with the Sharks. Over his 13-year career in San Jose, Pavelski scored at least 30 goals 4 times, including a career-best 41 times in 2013-14. That same year, he finished 8th in Selke voting and 7th for the Hart. 2 years later, he earned the captaincy and guided the Sharks to a Western Conference championship, scoring 14 goals in 24 playoff games. As a Shark, the big Pavelski won 55% of his faceoffs, blocked nearly 70 shots per 82 games, and scored 60 game-winning goals. He's also a 2010 Olympic silver medalist and won a key faceoff when the United States was able to tie Canada in the gold medal game. He may not have been drafted in the first round or even in the 6th round, but Joe Pavelski is, in my opinion, the greatest San Jose Sharks draft pick. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for our countdown, and for this series I've had a fantastic time, and I hope you have as well. Make sure to stick around because we're going to have more 30th anniversary content on this channel, including the top 30 Sharks players of all time and the top 30 moments in San Jose Sharks history. I'm very excited to be producing those videos. Anyway guys, hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up. Share this video with other fans. I'm curious to, draw in more fans, grow this channel, and see what we can do with it. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you later.